as we celebrate Republic Day. Tomorrow is the holiday, but of course, we won't be with you tomorrow, hoping we'll get a little snooze. So today, we're definitely paying homage to something that's so important to who we are as a people, that we get to manage our affairs by ourselves, and that it speaks to a level of sovereignty that we probably couldn't enjoy if we were a constitutional monarchy. So let's welcome one of those people who've been integral to the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago. And I think sometimes we underestimate the power of the Speaker of the House. And let's say good morning to Nizam Mohammed, former Speaker of the House, who was also a Member of Parliament for Tabaquid, to talk to us about just what it means to be a republic. Good morning to you, Mr. Mohammed.
A very good morning to you, Natalie, and so nice to be with you on your show this morning.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. So talk to us. We are 70, is 74 to now. How many years is that since you've been a republic? And just talk to us, because in that time, in that period of time, you were Speaker of the House in the 80s. So just tell us what it really means to you to be a part of a republic. What does it really mean to you?
Well, it means a very, very great deal to me. I was one of the first elected members of the Parliament, the House of Representatives, under the Republican Constitution in 1976. And we had ushered in a new era while we were still, it was still necessary to have our connections with the Commonwealth headed by Great Britain. We were moving beyond where we were at independence, taking matters into our own hands, and a greater effort towards self-determination. And it had to do with the transformation of the society and the thinking of the society, and the constitutional framework was set up to achieve that ideal. And I was part of that at the very beginning in 1976.
Mr. Mohammed, tell us some of the changes that were made to the Constitution, moving from a constitutional monarchy to a republic. What were some of those changes that they had to do in the Constitution?
Well, as an independent country in the Commonwealth, and still attached to the United Kingdom, our colonial masters, the head of state was the Governor General, and he represented the Queen, so that we were still under, to some extent, we were still under the jurisdiction of the United Kingdom, so to speak, Great Britain. And when the new constitution came, we changed that from Governor General to President. The head of state became President, and we were on our own, so to speak, and we did not have to actually be so much connected in the sense that we owed our allegiance to the Queen, and we were still under the, to some extent, the jurisdiction of the Queen. We were trying to cut those ties to develop our own psyche as an independent people, our own pride, and charting our own way with our own inheritance and using what we have to build on.
Yeah. You know what, Mr. Mohammed, I'm wondering was there any pushback when Trinidad and Tobago decided to become a republic? Because it's not one of those discussions I've ever heard about the response of the monarchy to, one of its colonies deciding to break free and to go about its business and do its own thing and have its own sovereignty where it can make decisions that does not include consultation with the Queen. Was there any kind of pushback to Trinidad and Tobago deciding to become a republic?
No, I don't think so. Like that season of independence, when so many colonies were heading towards independence, gradually, those same colonies that became independent within the Commonwealth decided one by one to remain within the Commonwealth but at the same time achieve Republican status in order to accelerate and to advance our independent status. So that I don't think it was a pushback. I think it was a brave step forward for Trinidad and Tobago in our, development towards self-esteem and selfhood. So that, no, I think it was a very modern and a very ambitious step taken by Trinidad and Tobago.
And you know what? 46, 47 years later, do you still believe that we made the step in the right direction?
Definitely so. We made the step in the right direction. It is just that we have not taken time out, or rather, we have not taken sufficient time out to redefine ourselves and understand the intricacies and the implications of being a republic of Trinidad and Tobago and what that means to us. You see, at the time we complained about the strings that were attached to Great Britain, and we felt that we should have broken those. And there was no big quarrel with that. But then when we became a republic, I do not believe that we have taken sufficient time out to really understand what that means for a people and as a people. And there is where I feel that we are busy doing other things rather than building ourselves as a people.
Yeah. And when you're Speaker of the House, how do you, play into the whole idea of being a republic? Is there any connection? Because we still would have had a Speaker of the House even before being a republic. So is there any correlation between being the Speaker of the House and operating as a republic?
Very, 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 very important correlation, very, very important connection. The Parliament was not only the seat of power and the seat of authority, it was also the seat of the people's representatives. And to me, that is a very sacrosanct and a very sacred position to hold as the people's representative. And as Speaker of the Parliament, where you had the representatives of the people gathering for and on behalf of the people, the burden and the responsibility, to my mind, was a very grave one. In the hands of a single person, you have to ensure that those who represented the people across the board, they were given every facility and they were given every opportunity to let the people's voices be heard through them. And you establish procedures and you establish an environment where you would be able, in all seriousness, this is serious business, in all seriousness, the people who are honored to represent people, the masses rather, they come into the august chamber and they understand what responsibility has been thrust upon them, and they discharge those responsibilities with the best that they can have within them, in terms of their character, in terms of their commitment, in terms of their understanding of service, and in terms of impressing upon the masses that we are here to steer the ship and to steady the ship, and also give people that self-confidence that they are in good hands.
Mr. Mohammed, we are out of time, but what is your message to the people for Republic Day tomorrow? 30 seconds.
I wish people a happy Republic Day, and I wish that we take Republic Day to think about what Republic Day is, republicanism is all about, and perhaps we can talk a little more in the coming year about what we should do in order to improve ourselves as a people living in a republic.
Mr. Mohammed, thank you so much for speaking with us this morning, and thank you for your service to the country, and happy Republic Day to you.
Same to you, ma'am, and all those who are with you, and to Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome.